I didn't see you there. I was eating the last bit of food I could get before the cannibals outside came out. Finding food during an apocalypse sure is rough. Anyway, did you know this is actually a diet? It's supposed to keep your body in shape. If you're already shredding those pounds, making those gains, this is actually going to stave off those hunger cravings for real food. You know, the nourishing kind. I mean, this is fairly nourishing. I've really never felt better. Today I'm going to talk about some diets to help you create that slim, tight, sexy bod during the end of days. Now I know you may not have access to Subway right now, but in case you do, there's the Subway diet. Jared Fogle popularized this, and in case you forgot who Jared Fogle is, he was the man who lost 245 pounds just to this diet. Only this diet. That's all he ate. Subway sandwiches for like 300-something days. But the gag is that he had a bit of a personal trainer to help him out. And it was a marketing scheme. But it's a real diet and people did it. And there you go. I'd also like to add a warning that this gives you, from my calculations, a 100% chance to be a pedophile. So diet carefully. Are you sick and tired of enjoying the process of eating food? Well, I have the diet for you. Nicholas Chuge launched a diet known as the Tongue Patch Diet. And if you already have ideas of what this possibly could be, I'm gonna let those sit for a second as ABC does some talking and demonstrations.
Meet Marlene Beltran and Lysandra Lanuza. They are two women about to start one of the most extreme weight loss methods yet, the Tongue Patch Diet. Plastic mesh meant for hernia repair is sewn onto the tongue, making eating solid food painful, if not impossible.
It's a patch literally sewn into your tongue to make eating painful. And guess what? If you leave it in your mouth too long, your tongue will literally grow around it.
Now the real question is, does it work? And the answer is, I guess, technically, it works as well as anything. If you physically harm yourself when you do anything, it's gonna stop you from eating. You know, if you punch yourself in the fucking face each time you take a bite of a chicken sandwich, then yeah, it's gonna stop you from eating. Very similar process. So, yeah, it does work. One of the people actually lost 20 pounds, around 20 pounds. My memory is not 100%. And my notes here, I wrote some of them off of memory. I would like to add one more thing on the tongue patch diet. If you look carefully at the fabrics and the plastic that he inserts into your tongue, it looks kind of like a cat tongue. So I'm not saying anything, but if those furries, like, look out there for this. This is you. This is your market. Do you like photography? Do you like meat? And do you like drinking? If you answered yes to most, if not all of those questions, then I have the diet for you. Created by aerial photographer Robert Cameron in a book known as The Drinking Man's Diet that he published. With no more than 50 pages, this book describes the most suave diet of the 1964s. It's been known to make waves in the nutritionist community for more reason than one. The diet worked. You could say goodbye to all of that unwanted weight and lose as many as 4 pounds in 2 days, all by getting rid of those carbs in your life. At least until literally eating only meat and alcohol started to affect your life and well-being. Believe it or not, your body does want water and not gin martinis every single day. Later on, Robert Atkins created a low-carb diet that he named the Atkins diet. It's founded in a bit more science than Cameron's, but abides by the same low-carbs principle. But who lived to 98? Cameron did. So who's the winner? Not fucking Atkins, that non-manly garbage. And now, we have a diet that seems to not have a single originator, but rather an entire industry with a history of body shaming, dysmorphia, and all-around bad vibes for the people within. The modeling industry. That's right, your favorite modeling industry. If you haven't heard the bad things about it, maybe I'll list some articles right here, real fast, little bop, bop, bop. If you want to be a model, this is the diet for you.
Please don't actually do this diet.
It's called the cotton ball diet. It involves dipping a cotton ball into juice and other liquid and eating it to convince your body that it's had quite the scrumptious meal. Now let's list the ways it can kill you. You can't digest cotton balls, therefore it creates something known as a bezoar within your stomach and intestines. A bezoar is actually a pretty interesting little rock that's created in your digestive tract. It was once thought to be a universal antidote for poisons. There was actually a surgeon in the 1500s that didn't think this was possible. So what he did is he caught a robber in his home, and he was like, hey, you're either going to get executed, or you're going to take this poison, and I'll give you a bezoar. The guy obviously took the poison, and then he died. So, I mean, if you want to risk it for the biscuit, you're more than welcome to. But in this case, the biscuit is really, really nothing. Just go to a hospital, please. I added this halfway because I got kind of thirsty. Ooh. And last but not least, the idea of tricking your body into thinking it's eaten when it really hasn't. This is a bigger issue than just the modeling industry. This is the thing with plastics. And I'm going to go on this tangent for a second because I'll be able to come back to it. So marine animals are kind of dumb. Like, in total honesty, they're not the smartest, I was going to say fish in the sea, but they are the fish in the sea. Well, anyway, they see these plastics, and sometimes they'll eat them. It'll sit in their stomach. They won't be able to pass these plastics, and their body will always think that they're full because their stomach is full of plastic. So their body's like, why would we eat more? We're full. So they actually starve to death, even though their stomach thinks that it's full, because it's full of those plastics that they can't digest. So they die of malnourishment and starvation. Funny enough, cotton balls do the same thing. So you'll eat the cotton balls, they'll get stuck in your stomach, and then you'll die. And guess what? Cotton balls aren't just cotton. They're cleaned with bleach and other chemicals, and this actually creates something known as a dioxin. And dioxins actually are common in the foods and vegetables that we already eat, but in high quantities, they are toxic. And guess what comes in high quantities? That's right, it's a cotton ball. So don't eat cotton balls unless you want poison. And guess what people did in the modeling industry? Poison and cotton balls. But does it work? Technically, when your body is decomposing, you are losing weight. So if that appeals to you, this is the diet. Arnold Ehret, a legend of his time. He was a German naturopath, which functionally meant that he liked alternative medicine based with nature. He also educated people on that alternative medicine. He created the mucusless diet healing system. I got it right once, that's all I need. He believed that white blood cells were waste materials created by consuming mucus-forming food. Ehret, having gotten some inflamed kidneys, went on this diet himself, and guess what? The mucusless diet cured him.
Or he just naturally, cured from it, but who knows.
Some fun facts about this guy to convince you to not follow this diet. Number one, he thought the white race was unnatural. And why? Why would you say that? Because white blood cells. He said that there is too many white blood cells in your body, therefore you are white and unhealthy. So if you cleared up your white blood cells, it wouldn't clog your system anymore, and you would be white no longer. So maybe he thought, normal skin was red? I don't think we've ever had red skin. Does the mucusless diet work? No. He also believed if you were bald, you weren't as sexually viable as people with hair. On to the next! Is there no way in heck that you're going to be able to fit in that two-piece bikini in a week? Well, turn to God. That's right, God. It's the prayer diet. Just shoot a couple prayers to God, and he'll hook you up and help you shred those pounds. Gonna slice them off with a fucking scalpel, God will. Diet and properly exercising? Nope, I'm sorry. God's my personal trainer. Does the prayer diet work? Probably not. I mean, if you're lonely and you like things in your intestines, then get a companion. Get the tapeworm diet. Open the door for that wiggly brother into your digestive tract. What he's gonna do is he's gonna help you lose that weight by slurping up all the food that you eat. He's only gonna take about half of it, so really, what is he harming? Besides the fact that he can lodge itself in your fucking brain? Did you know that? Do you know tapeworms can lodge themselves in your fucking brain and create blood clots in various different clots? Besides just your brain, it's your organs, your heart, your body, your mind. You do gain a pal along with a bunch of weight gone. So that might be a decent trade for some people looking for death, which is also a possible side effect of this diet. Does it work? Yes. Should you do it? No. Did you know that nicotine is an appetite suppressant? Welcome to the cigarette diet. Smoke a pack a day and keep those pounds away. I think it's pretty obvious why you shouldn't do this one, but in case you're needing more information, here are some labels. If you enjoy just really feeling the food in your mouth turning into liquid, a nice pulpy substance that swishes between your teeth and your mouth and under your tongue, then this is the diet for you. Created by the great masticator Horace Fletcher, this is known as the chewing diet. This is a diet that involves chewing your food until it is fully liquefied before you swallow it. He claims that this way of dieting can cure many things, such as insanity to colitis to anemia. So if you feel the need to drink all of your food, then this is the diet for you. Does it work? Sort of. If you take your time longer with food and you keep it in your mouth, of course you're going to start feeling a bit more full because it gives your body time to kind of adjust to, oh yeah, we are eating. So it does work, but what can really be taken from that is just eat slower. You don't have to fucking liquefy your food, masticator, the great. Now, the last one I should mention is total fasting. Just don't eat. If you're unable to scavenge for food during these trying times, the best thing to do would be to just not eat. Imagine all of the calories you can avoid by just not consuming them. Many famous people have done it, such as Gandhi. He did it to support a civil rights movement, but you can use it to support fantastic weight loss. I myself use calories to survive, so I'm going to be avoiding this diet, but I wish all you adventurers the best. And those were the diets. If any of those diets seriously appeal to you, take a step back and think about what's important. Because it's you, you're the important one.